What's up? My name is Austin.
My name's Jackson.
Welcome back into podcast 6 of the In the House podcast.
But it's more like a season 2.
Yeah, it's been some time off here, but we're back in it.
We're so bad. We're down a member though.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, he couldn't be here tonight, but we're coming to you. It's about 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I don't know.
It's 10:25.
10. It's late, but the grind don't stop. So season 2, if you want to call it that, of the In the House podcast, back in action.
Yeah, we're back.
Couple new touches. We got this now.
Something.
Yeah.
It's nice. It was just showing the channel and all the subscribers and views and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. You
Yeah.
said
So like our 34 subscribers?
34?
Yeah.
You should make it 35.
Maybe. This vid might put us over the top.
Okay.
And then there's some other stuff that we're hoping to get, but for season 2, we were busy a lot. We weren't able to get you a pod, but we're back. We're rolling. So why don't we get into it with all that we've missed here, starting all the way back in the college football playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know if you've been living under a rock or in a coma, but if you have been, Ohio State won. So.
Yeah.
Which was potting and posted, but was Jackson's
It was my pick. Yes.
Yeah.
And I put the
Burger King.
The pod wasn't posted, but like on the slideshow, I had a Ohio State Burger King crown, and I feel like we should have bought one, but it's like $15 for a piece of cardboard. So.
Good deal. I also had Ohio State winning, but I did not have a Burger King crown. So, but yeah, Ohio State wins it in a college football playoff that was. Kind of the main storyline was, or I don't know about main, but one of the main takeaways was the lower seeds. And
it went from all the top seeds winning in the first round to all the bottom seeds winning in the second round.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. The first round, there was kind of got some backlash for not great games. You had Indiana losing. You had Tennessee getting blown out. You had Arizona State in a game that might have saved the 12-team college football playoff. Oh wait, no, that was in the second round. My bad. You had Texas playing Clemson, and then you had what was the other game?
Texas Clemson wasn't that bad if I remember.
It was like a 14-point game.
I will say, the second round, the lower seeds, all of the lower seeds were favored in their games. We forget that. So.
SMU was the last game. They played, who did they play? Penn State, and they lost.
But Notre Dame was a slight favorite over Georgia. Ohio State was a slight favorite over Oregon. And then Penn State was 14 over Boise, and then Texas was like 7. So they were all still great games, but I'm just saying, lower seeds, they were all favored. So
yeah. Ohio State was favored, really?
Yeah, it was because after their big win over Tennessee.
Wow. And then moving to the second round, you have Oregon going down, number 1 seed in their first game, to Ohio State. Notre Dame able to beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Kind of weird with the postponement and all that, but they're able to get the win.
Penn State beat Boise State, shocker.
Yeah. And then in a game that I think might have saved the 12-team college football playoff was Arizona State versus Texas. Just an incredible game. Was it double overtime? Double overtime, I think.
Somewhat. It was multiple overtime.
Yeah, double overtime, I think. Cam Scatterboo putting everything on the line, but at the end, man, whatever defense that was on 4th and 13, it did not work.
You know the rest. Notre Dame beat Georgia.
No. Notre Dame beat Penn State.
Oh, Notre Dame beat Penn State. My bad.
Yeah.
Notre Dame beat Penn State. Ohio State beat Texas, and then Ohio State won the national championship. So.
Against Notre Dame. Was that game close? I'm struggling to remember here.
No, I don't think so.
It was double digits.
Let's go to NFL playoff here.
Yeah. So you had the Eagles win the Super Bowl, right? Kind of the big thing over the Chiefs.
Saquon, most yards in a season ever, not regular season, but like regular season and playoffs combined.
Yeah. Chiefs did not get their three-peat, made it to the championship game.
Let's get that.
No three-peat for them. Kind of the surprise team that made a run, the Commanders.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They beat the Lions.
And the Bucks. I thought
And the
I
Bucks,
had the Bucks,
yeah.
for sure.
6th seed made it all the way to the what conference finals. What's it called?
NFC Championship.
NFC Championship. And made it all the way to the NFC Championship. Ran into too much power, and the Eagles.
Demolished them.
Yeah. But I mean, the Commanders, man. I guess if you want to talk about bright future, I mean, Daniels is young. I mean, I don't. Scary Terry is.
Yeah, it's pretty much just Jaden Daniels is really good, and
yeah, I mean,
did the Commanders have a
they have a chance to sign Myles Garrett? They're one of the front runners.
I guess
That would be big.
I don't.
Yeah, they would be a really good team.
I guess their defense is good, but I mean, at the end of the day, I just came away from it was like Jaden Daniels was able to make plays and get it to his receivers, which was like Terry McLaurin is good, but like after that, like these guys aren't showstoppers. Like even Terry McLaurin for wide receiver 1 is not. I mean, it's not.
No, he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's not like
top
5
15.
top 5 wide receiver good.
And then AFC side, it's just the Ravens sold and the Bills sold.
Mark
and the Chiefs
Andrews.
sold. Mark Andrews.
Don't put on all the Ravens. This is Mark Andrews.
Yeah, no.
Fumble
We should just put it on Mark
and
Andrews.
That drop.
Guy
That
traded
was
away.
really bad.
Guy traded away in fantasy.
Hey,
I-
like after week 7, he got like a touchdown.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even tell how we did in fantasy. Like all.
Yeah.
4 of us.
I came in. I was able to bounce back a little bit. Came in. What? I came in 5th place, right?
I was one Mitchell Trubisky away from winning the entire playoffs, but instead, the other member that's not here, Jack, won the playoffs.
Yeah.
And EA got 2nd place.
Yeah. I came in
5th,
5th.
6th.
Yeah.
But I was one. It makes me so mad to say.
Continues to haunt Jackson even after he left the Bears.
You want to explain? You want to explain it real quick?
So, week 13.
Where's the week?
EA is facing against another member, the 4th slot, who puts up 2 abysmal performances in the playoffs. Actually, first round wasn't even that bad, but still pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Second round was really bad. The other member won like by 0.3 points, and EA he was up like he was 99.9% to win. And then, since they put Mitch Trubisky in instead of Josh Allen, the winning percentage slowly faded.
I sent him that screenshot. I said at 99%, you said you can watch this slowly tick down.
So, if they didn't put Mitchell Trubisky in, and Josh Allen got like 1 first down pass, then I would have won back-to-back fantasy championships.
Yeah, he would have won the championship.
Yeah. That's
In a vacuum, but, I mean, makes sense, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
But he ended up beating me in the
consolation
bracket.
bracket.
But honestly, it doesn't matter. But hey, still, it was a comeback.
It was an injury-filled season for me. You know, the CMC dilemma. I don't want to go there. It's a rough subject. But I was able to. You
did accept his Jack scamming himself trade.
Yeah.
But Jack still won, even though he scammed himself. It's just he made so many trades that like half of them were really, really good.
He made more trades than everyone else in the league combined.
Yeah, half of them are really, really good. Like 40% of them don't matter, and 10% of them were awful.
Yeah.
That one was. I mean,
that one's awful. It didn't make sense at the time. It didn't make sense at the end of the season.
Yeah, I was able. What they're talking about is I was able to trade Christian McCaffrey, Tyrone Tracy, and
Kareem Hunt for Saquon Barkley and J.K. Dobbins, and then that's a real trade.
This is before CMC's re-injury, so he plays 2-3 weeks,
and then J.K. Dobbins got hurt too.
Yeah, which he was on my team.
It doesn't matter because you got Saquon Barkley.
I mean, as soon as you touch my team, I mean, we're lucky Saquon didn't get hurt. I mean, everybody on my team was hurt. David Njoku played like 2 weeks of the season. It felt like I was.
Yeah.
I was starting. I remember one week I started.
It's crazy because Mark Andrews just seems so much worse than David Njoku, but Mark Andrews had a solid tight end season except for like the first 5 weeks. Because he would catch a touchdown like every single week. He just sucked in the playoffs.
I had to start. Who was that? Who's that Pittsburgh Steelers tight end out of Georgia? The tall one. That's like 6'7". Yeah.
Darnell Washington. Right.
Darnell Washington.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Darnell Washington.
Yeah, I had to start him. 1 week.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I was on Zach Ertz for a couple weeks. It was not good. But Baker Mayfield off waivers saved He
saved the season
saved the
instead
season.
of Caleb Williams. Oh my gosh, how are we going to talk about how my team, the Chicago Bears, started 4-2, ended like 4-15?
4-15, where they played extra 2 games.
No, sorry, 4-13.
4-13. Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, the coaching staff not looking bad. I mean, Ben Johnson is the head coach for Caleb Williams. Who else did they hire Chip Kelly as the OC?
I'm not sure.
I think that's pretty sure. I mean, I just remember them saying the dream staff. I feel like we get that every 5 years with the Chicago Bears. But we'll see. I believe in Ben Johnson. He's really good. I think he'll be really good for Caleb.
But
kind of backtracking here, back to the playoffs. Josh Allen, the storyline that we all wanted to see, it did not happen. He loses again, and the
dude, why can't the Bills just win? Like, I'm kind of rooting for them at this point. They should just like play well.
Definitely over the Chiefs.
Yeah. AFC Championship. It's a rematch of the past like 4 years. Josh Allen and the Bills cannot win. I mean, it just feels like it's their kryptonite. Prior to that, the Ravens, they lost to
Bills.
Yeah. I don't even know who else was good in the AFC.
Yeah,
Texans.
it's like Texans, but no one cares.
Yeah.
And I think
it was pretty much just those
skip
three
over
teams.
the rest of the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, nothing else really. I mean,
what do we have planned next?
the Broncos got embarrassed.
Oh yeah, the Broncos did get embarrassed.
Chargers got embarrassed.
Yeah, Chargers.
That was surprising. I thought the Chargers were going to beat the Texans.
No.
That was another one that I had bad.
I mean,
Herbert threw more interceptions than he had all season in one game. That's crazy.
The Chargers.
Real stat.
The Chargers blew that 28 whatever or 35. How much?
27-0 over the Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. They're not built for the playoffs.
The Jaguars.
Yeah, they're not built for the playoffs. But moving in here, more recent NBA trade deadline.
Oh yeah. Luka is a Laker.
Yeah, Luka is a Laker.
A little bit late.
His first loss as a Laker.
Okay.
Come from the Utah Jazz. That's my squad there. But yeah, Luka for AD. It just
I know you've heard everyone everywhere say it doesn't make sense, but just in a nutshell, it's just Luka is almost 26, maybe 26 now.
AD's almost 32,
and Luka is better than AD, and AD is almost 32, and they get one first.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
And they only talk to the Lakers. That's
what I was going to say.
That's the worst part.
Here's the thing. If you were to ask me going into the trade deadline, if you were to say who has the highest trade value in the NBA, the closest guys that are untradeable, I would have said it's Victor Wembanyama at 1 and Luka Doncic at 2, with maybe
Nikola Jokic.
I think
he's better.
Nikola Jokic is better.
I think I would take Luka over Jokic in terms of trade value.
Wemby, I'm still thinking. I think it's between at 3 SGA. I'd probably take Luka then SGA, but I still think that's a.
Yeah, I mean, it's top 4.
That's what I was gonna say, followed by SGA and Jokic, and
then probably
that's
Giannis,
the top 4. And Giannis is 5.
Yeah. But I would have said that Luka.
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, he's up
there.
but
that top 5 is just.
Yeah, you're
top 5.
That's the top 5. I would have said Luka's number 2. I mean, really, without. I mean, I guess if you're trying to push Jokic, maybe.
Top 3.
If you're trying to push SGA, I'm not mad at you. But
what I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I
understand.
I understand they didn't want to pay his supermax contract or whatever. I'm not big with the NBA. I don't really know how that works, but I imagine Luka's very expensive to pay.
Yeah. He would probably be like. It would probably be like new record.
I saw something
like $70 million.
Yeah, I saw something on the fact that they didn't market him around. I mean, because the NBA makes these. I don't. 2024 free agency, the Mikal Bridges trade. I saw someone talk about this. How he was traded for some guys, unprotected first round pick. 2025, 2027 first round, 2029 first round, 2031 first round, and a 2028 and top 4 protected 2025 first. Like, there's so many first rounds on him.
Mikal Bridges is good. Don't get me wrong, but he doesn't. The trade market was so messed up. Like Rudy Gobert, 4 first round picks.
Donovan Mitchell.
I'm just thinking how much you could get
5
for Luka Doncic. Think about a team. It's unreal. You could build an entire franchise.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I mean, you could
get like 6 firsts.
Yeah, and then, like teams would trade away their
Star.
I just
their
don't
future, like teams would trade away
Yeah.
their entire future draft capital. Because I mean, the odds of you getting Luka in one of those picks, like, I don't understand it.
I
Like,
still don't think they should trade him. But if they had their mindset of trading him, you gotta market him around because you can get so much for Luka.
I mean,
I'm not a Mavericks fan, but
right.
I mean, I just feel.
I mean, maybe there was some backroom conspiracy theory on, maybe Luka was unhappy, maybe requesting a trade without actually requesting a trade, or
No, I mean,
something like that.
just based off what he said and everything, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't get it. Honestly.
Other notable trade, De'Aaron Fox is the point guard for Wembanyama. And as a huge De'Aaron Fox fan, I'm glad he's going to somewhere that will be good instead of the Kings, who will just stay
Also,
big.
the Bulls got on a trade for Kevin Huerter. How do you say his name?
Kevin Herter.
Kevin Huerter.
And who else did y'all pick up?
Trey Jones.
Trey Jones. I like that pickup. That's a good pickup.
Let's just not talk about it. We could.
I understand the
Oh, and
Bulls
also Zach Collins. Let's
Zach
not talk
Collins.
about it.
I like that. I think we missed a big part of this Luka trade, and that was what the Utah Jazz were able to get out of that.
Jalen Hood Shafino.
I think many people forget that was a 3-team deal. The Jazz easily won that trade. Jalen Hood Shafino and what was it, a second-round pick?
Yeah, you guys got paid 2 second-round picks to take on Jalen Hood Shafino.
Yeah, we didn't give up.
That's how bad he is.
We didn't give up anything.
Can we talk about the
they were
Jazz GM playing 2K Mike?
Yeah.
Just
assets
gets guys
and
and trades them back
Yeah.
out, and then trades for the same guys you just traded
Oh
away.
yeah, I completely forgot that Jimmy Butler is like a warrior.
Oh yeah, Jimmy.
That's cool, but that trade is so overhyped because there's the De'Aaron Fox is a Spur trade, and then there's Jimmy Butler as a Warrior, and people are acting like that's a bigger deal. In my opinion, it's just not.
Here's the thing with the Warriors, they're competitors this year.
Right.
But what are the chances that trade
trade
wins them a title this year?
Okay.
Like
well,
1%, less than 1%.
No,
But
I
the chances that hurts their future as a franchise after Steph Curry is going to. I mean,
Right.
I get that.
I mean,
I get the idea.
After Steph Curry, they were
trying
already
win it
going to
one
be
more time.
bad. But
Steph Curry, I mean, what he's done for the Warriors, I think you got to at least try to buy in one more time. I mean,
yeah,
Jimmy Butler led a Heat team with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero to the finals, and now he's got Steph Curry. And
I mean, Tyler Hero is now a dog. But
that is true. I mean, who was it? Max Strus?
Didn't Tyler Hero just win
Caleb
the three-point
Martin.
contest?
Caleb Martin played really well in that finals run.
Yeah.
But
You know where Caleb Martin is now, or he was last year?
okay, but I got completely side. I don't know what we were talking about.
Trade deadline.
But I mean, Jimmy Butler can definitely help your team in the playoffs. Now he's playing with Steph Curry, but it's just like you look at the West right now, and it's like I don't know how you're going to be able to compete with the Thunder or the Nuggets or the Lakers with Luka now, or the Grizzlies, or just all these teams that are just like they have so much firepower. It's going to be hard to keep up.
Well, we probably missed a few trades, but
Mark
Yeah.
Williams trade getting denied.
That was
that was-
Which I'm glad because I didn't.
How is it? How is that possible? Like I
it was such a weird trade.
I saw something about it. It was something with
know.
money or something.
I don't
It was
get
weird.
that. Let's see. Valanciunas gets
Valanciunas
shipped out.
got dealt.
Chris Middleton for
Oh!
Kyle Kuzma.
Just forget about Brandon Ingram to the Raptors.
Brandon Ingram to
It's
the
such a
Raptors,
forgettable trade, even though
For real.
he's a star.
Well, I mean, it's the Raptors, so like
It's the Raptors. It's the Pelicans.
we
it's
can let
Brandon
people
Ingram.
in Canada talk about him.
Yeah.
But let's see. Kuzma for Middleton.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Nah, I mean,
Meh.
I
Like
think-
it was an insane trade deadline. We're
Yeah.
probably forgetting about something, right? I don't
I
know.
mean, the Hornets made one more trade for that guy.
I mean, the Jazz were just like
That random dude.
PJ Tucker and
On the
Josh
Suns.
Richardson, and they were just like getting them and trading them, getting them and trading them.
No Pamba.
We had Dennis Schroeder for like 45 minutes before we traded him
The
again.
Pistons.
Yeah. We trade for Josh Richardson, trade him away, then trade for him back. I don't get it, man. I think we're playing some 2K out here, but I guess we'll see.
Getting assets and flipping them like Kenny Beecham in the fourth quarter.
I guess we'll see how it ages. I mean, we
He
didn't do
shoots
anything.
27% from the field.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, don't expect much out of Josh Richardson now. We also got, who else did we pick up? PJ Tucker. I think
It doesn't matter.
I think we
Jazz are
traded.
trash.
I think we traded.
Bottom 5 team.
Is college basketball?
College basketball.
Oh, and by the way, All-Star Weekend is trash. No one cares.
No, nobody cares.
Okay.
When is the actual? Is it tomorrow? The actual All-Star game?
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
the dunk contest and 3-point contest were today. The only reason I knew anything about it is because, like, random notifications that I got. Like,
Mac McClung, no surprise, dunk contest. Who won 3-point?
Tyler Hero, maybe? Did he?
It doesn't matter.
We were not watching, if you could not tell.
Yeah, we care more about number 1 Auburn, number 2 Alabama.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that soon here. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, he won the 3-point
Shout out
contest.
Keontae George, game winner. You know,
Let's stop talking about the Jazz.
and the
Go
Rising
Jazz.
Stars game.
Go
I mean,
Jazz.
definition of a rising star right there. Give him 2 years. He'll be the face of the league. He'll be the next Luka. But yeah, sure. We can move into college basketball here. I mean, I don't think
SEC dominated.
Auburn.
I would
SEC
put that.
too.
Auburn. I mean, why? I don't even know why this is on the table. Yeah, there we go.
The Auburn football helmet. No,
Yeah,
5-7.
just put it in the. Yeah, put it.
There we
You
go.
have like 2
That's
players
great.
drafted.
Yeah,
In the second round.
Auburn football not so good. Auburn basketball.
Yeah. And this is like a basketball. Not.
That's This is a basketball.
Yeah. But yeah, interesting day. It's getting time for college basketball. I mean, college basketball is my favorite sport, so I've been watching it all season. I don't know if y'all two know much about it, but yeah, there was quite a big game. Some are saying the biggest game in SEC basketball history
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
was played today. Number 1 Auburn, number 2 Alabama, and the right team won today. Auburn wins on the road. Number 2 Alabama, 94-85 the final. In a game, Auburn led the entire game. Alabama never led the game. They tied it late
One time, yeah.
in the second half.
Or twice. I don't know.
But they never were able to get a lead. Auburn jumped out to an early start. Broom hit a couple threes. He was playing well to start. Bama had a run with Sears hitting some threes. Youngblood hit a deep 3, but in the end, Auburn was able to pull away. Auburn had like all their main scorers had double figures. I think it was I forget how many Broom had, but it was like Miles Kelly had 15. Baker Mazar might have had 15 or 16. Chaney Johnson had 14. Denver Jones was in like the 15 to 16 area. We just got production from all of our guys. And Alabama, we were able to hold them to 85, which, if you don't watch college basketball, 85 is still a lot. I mean, it's not NBA. It's like...
NBA scoring is just so much different from college basketball.
Yeah.
Because the pacing's faster, the skill is higher.
Yeah.
They don't play as
Yeah,
hard
the game is different.
It's just a different game.
But 85, Alabama was averaging, I think, 90-something in conference play. But Auburn was able to put up 94 today. So it really great win for Auburn. Cements themselves as a clear-cut number 1 team. There was kind of some indecision on who the number 1 team should be. Last week, Auburn gets this win over the number 2 team in the poll. They'll be number 1.
Does Alabama still stay number 2?
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. I think there's a high possibility they won't drop past.
They won't drop past the top 5 for sure.
For sure, 100%. I would not be surprised if they.
They could be like 3 or 4.
I mean, they might stay at 2. I would assume they put Duke at 2, but they could stay. They could put Alabama, keep them at 2, but I would say probably move Duke up to 2, and then maybe Alabama 3 or Florida. I don't know.
Yeah, some arrangement.
Tennessee had a pretty impressive come from behind win at home today against Vandy. Was impressed with second half. Zakai Ziegler took over the game in the second half.
I just wish Vandy won so bad.
Yeah.
It's Vanderbilt, bro.
Vandy, they're actually having a good season.
Yeah.
So don't.
The only team in the SEC that isn't is South Carolina, but South Carolina's bad.
And LSU's.
LSU's bad too.
LSU's not good.
Okay.
But in the latest projection from Joe Lunardi, he had 14 out of the 16 SEC teams in the
Do you
tournament.
think Arkansas makes it?
I don't. Unless they do. I mean, they can make it.
Okay.
But I don't think they'd be in right. They lost today against A&M. That was a big opportunity for them. But yeah, I mean, the SEC right now is the greatest conference we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So else happened today in college basketball. Arizona loses to Houston at home, or Arizona was at home. Houston, I was impressed that they were able to get that win. It seemed like a game where it was going to come down to the wire, and the home team was going to pull it out. But no, Houston goes into Arizona, gets the win. I was impressed with how they played. Miles Uzan really controlled the pace for them. He was their I don't know if he was their leading scorer, but he was definitely their most consistent offensive option. LJ Cryer also played well in a big win for Houston. I think if you're looking at a team right now to move up to the 1 seed line, because right now it's Auburn, Alabama, Duke, and Florida.
Yeah.
I think Houston could be on the 1 line very, very easily. I think that they could move up over Tennessee. I just don't trust Tennessee's offense, honestly. Houston could definitely make a push. Purdue loses to Wisconsin today. I'm not high on Purdue. I said they were overrated at 7. EA can back me up on that. I told them earlier this week they lose to Michigan, and then they lose to Wisconsin today. Yeah, they're still a good team. They should not be a 2 seed though. I'll try to make a college basketball video going into more detail.
Just talk about Kentucky losing.
I didn't even watch that game.
They lost to Texas.
That game's at Texas. Kansas
is losing to Utah right now.
That's embarrassing. But
I feel like we did a good job catching up on the past 3 months of sports. I mean,
did you miss anything else?
we basically covered 2 sports, but
yeah. But
if anything happened in baseball, I wouldn't know. Is it even baseball season? I don't think so.
Couldn't. I think college baseball is just now starting.
What was the game today? Bama.
But
I'm never playing. Didn't watch it.
I think that's most of the main stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's some random.
There's some new golf league, right?
TGL.
You know about that?
Yeah, TGL. It's very innovative. I've watched it. I couldn't tell you the standings or anything. I've watched it. It's fun to watch. Super fun to watch. But yeah. I think they got a big day. I think they got a triple header on Monday and then maybe a game on Tuesday or something. So I'll be tuning into that, watching that.
My fantasy basketball team is good. Just wanted to say that, but no one else actually looks at it except me. I just click the auto set lineup button once a week, and then I'm 10-0.
I have not seen the lineup in quite a bit there. I don't know. I feel like we've covered most of the main stuff here.
Yep.
You want to talk about the NFL end of season awards? You want to touch on that?
Oh.
MVP Josh Allen.
Yeah.
He deserved it.
I mean,
you agree with that? You think it should have been Josh Allen?
I thought it should have been Saquon. Yeah.
What Josh Allen did.
I'm going for Saquon MVP whole year.
I remember in the preseason when we were talking about, mainly for fantasy purposes, we were talking about the Bills. I was like, this team is not good. When you look at least the offense, I remember looking at it. I'm like, if this team somehow is good next season, bro, Josh Allen must have done something crazy.
Yeah, I remember saying the same thing about the Chargers, but more so about the Bills.
Because, you look at it, James Cook is a good running back. He's not elite. But
he ended up being really good this season.
Yeah, he's a good running back.
Everybody was excited about Kincaid, and he didn't really do anything. He was
Dawson Knox. He was.
They just
Dawson Knox.
Josh Allen was just Josh Allen carried the offense.
Yeah, for real. I think this was easily his best season.
MVP Pat Surtain. EA's happy about that.
Yeah, defensive player of the year. Offensive player of the year, Saquon. What do y'all think about Jamar Chase winning the Triple Crown and not winning any award?
I don't know. If Saquon won MVP, they would have given it to a quarterback for offensive player of the year. But Jamar Chase is really good, but you can't fit him in anywhere the award show.
It's hard to give somebody an award when they're not in the playoffs. Your team ain't in the playoffs. You're not a top 7 team in your division. It's just hard to give you an award when Saquon's on the number 2 seeded Eagles and he's breaking records out here.
It's more about Jamar Chase got a Triple Crown, but
the team wasn't good.
And no receivers put up crazy numbers this year. Jamar Chase was really good, obviously, but we didn't have any
There was
feel
no
like
Cooper
every
Cup
yeah.
from a couple years ago type season.
Well, it was last Triple Crown win.
Yeah.
He won Offensive Player of the Year.
Well, I know.
But
His team was good, and there was no Saquon.
Well, I mean, he plays wide receiver. He's only so much he can do for the team.
And then
from a winning standpoint.
Well, I know, but I just think it kind of like in the NBA. You when you're looking at MVP, like if there's some guy averaging 40 on the worst team in the league, you're not gonna. He's not
Well,
gonna
in
get
the NBA, I
he's
feel
not gonna
like
get the MVP.
everyone gets the basketball. You know, wide receiver just isn't as impactful position as some of the other ones. You know, obviously quarterbacks when you look at, but in the NBA, if you're dropping 40, then you're getting the basketball that much. It's the 5 different positions, but they're more interconnected than in football. Football's a lot of
in
different.
basketball it's just become positionless.
Yeah,
basically.
You know, but in football, different stats for every position because
Yeah.
they don't do anything that's the same.
Well,
Rushing yards, receiving
But
yards,
so if
passing yards.
receiver is a less impactful position, then do you think that has to be taken into consideration for when looking at offensive player of the year?
Well, I'm not saying it's left. Well, I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals pass the ball way more than any other NFL team. That's I mean, like way more than any NFL team.
I mean,
So-
also Rams pass it a lot.
But I mean, the Bengals on first and second down, they're like almost double any other team. Like it's insane. So that can be taken into consideration. But I hear what you're saying about the Eagles. I think Saquon should have won Offensive Player of the Year. But I'm just saying.
I think Saquon.
Wait, didn't he win offensive player?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm saying he should have. I just
Oh,
said
okay.
Jamar Chase winning the Triple Crown and not winning anything is interesting.
I think Saquon should have won MVP.
I mean,
that's a crazy.
It might just be me, but if your team, like, you got to make the playoffs. Like, I know it's not all on him, but like, I just feel like if your team's not good enough to be in the playoffs, I mean, and there's a guy doing what Saquon's doing, I mean, it's hard to give you the award, in my opinion.
I mean, okay. Who do you think were the best pass rushers this year? Or some of the best? I mean, Myles Garrett's pretty good. Browns suck. TJ Watt's pretty good. Steelers didn't make the playoffs.
Dang.
Micah Parsons is pretty good. He was injured this season, but you know, Cowboys suck. You know, I mean, edge rusher's pretty impactful position. That doesn't mean the team get that.
And none of them won Defensive Player of the Year. When you look at that,
I know, faster team.
who's in the playoffs?
Okay, yeah, he was in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of it was because of him. That defense is good. But I'm saying, you know, if you're good as a quarterback, I say win-loss isn't a quarterback stat, which it isn't. But the quarterback has a lot to do with it. You know?
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm right there with you on that. I mean, there's a reason it's the highest paid position.
Yeah,
I mean, Trevor Lawrence is getting like $55 million to throw passes to the other team. Like, I mean, I can do that for $55 million. But yeah.
Bro, Trevor Lawrence, give me some money, please.
Yeah, for real.
You ain't doing nothing on the Jags. You are.
I mean, donate to the pod at this point. We'd love to have you on.
Yeah. I mean, I would completely change my opinion on you if we had you in the podcast.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we got a spot for you right here, right over here.
Where I usually sit.
But no, I mean, then we got through most of it. Caught you up on. When was the last one we made? Like November? I don't know. A while.
I don't know. The YouTube channel said 3 months ago. I didn't check the date
It's
though.
a long time ago.
Yeah, December maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, and Jane Daniels and Jared Verse, offensive defense.
Yeah, I was about to say no shock there.
Yeah, I mean, Daniels was great, and
Jared
Verse
was great.
Hey,
yeah.
People are gonna stop talking about Dallas Turner because of Verse, and I think Verse deserves all the respect. But Dallas Turner was behind that really good Vikings defensive line. I think in a couple years, he might be more impactful than Jared Verse. We'll see.
We shall see. If you had to predict right now, NBA finals, what teams are you saying?
I think the Thunder will actually make it.
Thunder, okay.
And I think the Celtics will run it back. I don't think the Cavs get there.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Celtics Thunder, and because the Celtics are more experienced, Celtics will probably run it back.
Yeah.
Even though that's
I like
not the
that.
desired outcome, I mean, I just feel like that will probably happen.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Celtics come out of the East. The Cavs are legit. The Knicks are legit.
Yeah, they are.
But I mean the Celtics.
The
bro.
Celtics, they're playoff proven. I mean, they literally won last year, and they've made another finals.
Right.
And they just have such a good core. I mean, they haven't even really been great this regular season, like compared to the Cavs who've been insane. But you got to remember, they're still a really legit, solid, great basketball team.
I mean, you got to think back to it. The Celtics, if I'm not mistaken, they knocked out the Cavs last season. Yeah, I think they did because the Celtics beat whoever the 5 seed was in the East to move on to the second round, where they played the 1 seed, the Celtics, if I'm not wrong. And then you want to look at the Knicks. Like, Cat was not in the Western Conference Finals. He was not closing the game for the Timberwolves in stretches. Like, he was not in the game at some pivotal points. Like, what's to say he doesn't fold again for the Knicks? So, if I had to say, I would take the Celtics as well from the East.
Yeah, you got an opinion, or you just think the Hornets will win?
No, okay. Come back. No.
Yeah.
Can we even make? Are we eliminated?
I don't know.
No, probably
We have
not.
13 wins. And
Probably not yet, but
I mean,
you will be in like a few games.
No,
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be the Celtics. If I had to choose one, Celtics. You don't think no faith in like? For some reason, I keep thinking Memphis is in the East since they should be.
no.
They're
Yeah, I mean,
very
it should
far
be the
east. But Pacers.
I mean, they.
I mean, obviously
No,
anyone can.
I don't
but
think the Pacers will do much.
I mean, if
I
we
think-
get
the West is just better. Now I'm thinking.
The West
I'm
is
trying to
just
think
better.
about teams.
if we get Celtics Pacers, same thing as last year might happen. Pacers played 3 out of 4 games super tight, and they got swept. I mean, like the Pacers are good, but
Pacers are good. I think they're not better than, for sure, 3 teams in the East.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, who's the 4 seed right now in the East?
I don't even know.
I think it's.
Bucks. I don't know.
I think it's the Pacers and Bucks are 5.
And then
Am I making
Pistons
that
at
up?
6. I don't. It's some.
You think you have more faith in
Yes,
the
the
Knicks
Pacers
than
and the Bucks. It's just so weird because you don't really think of those teams as great. You think of the Bulls as bad, and they're in the play-in.
Yeah.
You think of the Heat as bad. They're in the play-in. The Pistons are the 6th seed. You go over to, for example, 8 seed in the East is 26 and 29. 8 seed in the West is 30 and 26.
Yeah.
It's a winning record and losing record difference.
Yeah, by the way, Charlotte is eliminated. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there.
Nice.
Okay.
But just wrapping it up here. I would say probably Celtics, and I think I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies for right now. I don't know why, but
Okay.
I just think the Grizzlies. I like what they got.
Could also be the Nuggets.
Could also be the Nuggets.
Forgot about them.
But-
Nuggets. Yeah.
Rockets.
Well,
probably not.
Rockets, yeah, but they're too young.
Timberwolves?
They're too young still.
Well, is it appropriate
They-
time? Just on.
Julius Randle is on the Timberwolves, so
Julius Randle.
The Clippers.
they're not making it. I mean,
Clippers.
No.
I mean James Harden.